Hello everyone, my name is Michael Hussey and this is my introduction video for EDL 851. A little bit about me. I am a retired Marine. I did 26 years in the Marine Corps, and when I retired I knew I wanted to get an education, and for me the easiest way was to sign up for the Marine Corps JOTC program, which I did, and I did 1 year as a Marine Corps JOTC instructor in Hampton, Virginia. After my wife retired from the Navy, we decided to move down to Florida, and I applied for a Navy JOTC instructor job in Sebastian, Florida, which currently put me in my current position. Some leadership jobs that I had while teaching is I'm on the building safety team. I was a strength coach, assistant football coach, baseball coach, and assistant basketball coach. Some hobbies I have is I like to weight lift, read for pleasure, believe it or not, and like to hang out with the dogs. A little bit about my family. My wife, Angela, like I said, is a retired Navy senior chief. She did 23 years in the Navy. My daughter graduated from Western Kentucky University and is currently a director of a preschool in Tennessee. My son is currently a second year of college, is graduating Army boot camp because he joined the National Guard, and he is also an assistant football coach at my high school. He's a wide receiver coach. And we have a 1-year-old granddaughter named Brooklyn. And there's a picture of me and my family down there on the bottom. And as you can see, it's my daughter's door there at her school. Just a couple photos. So my own personal reflection on why I want to become a school principal. I have a lot of leadership experience. 26 years in the Marine Corps. Believe it or not, a lot of the leadership traits and principles that I learned in the Marine Corps I can use as a teacher or future building leader school principal. I believe in open door policy. I think every principal should have an open door policy with their staff, more importantly, and depending on the situation with students too. But of course, you have your APs or deans to help buffer that. I believe in hands-on leadership. I think principals should be seen and heard. Sometimes principals, you only hear them over the loudspeaker. And one guy I heard last principal we had, they called him the Wizard of Oz. You never heard him. You heard his voice, but you never saw him. He was the man behind the curtain. I believe principals should be on deck at the friction points. They need to be there. They need to be seen. I believe that schools should have strong community support, and they should build a relationship with the community. For us here in Sebastian River, we have a very small community. It's a snowbird community, but they love the kids. They love the sports teams. They love the band. They love our JROTC program. We're always being seen. We're doing parades. We're active in the community. We're at the ceremonies. Anything we could do to be seen, we are. We have a very active community, and we have an active program. And I think that teachers need more professional development. Teachers here, I'm talking about my district specifically, our professional development is not grade specific. It isn't. It's all hands. If you're going to go to sit through a professional development on classroom management, most of the stuff that you're going to learn is going to be geared towards elementary, middle school processes, not secondary. And to me, that's important. I think that we need to put certain PDs should be grade specific. They shouldn't just be geared towards elementary school tactics. That you got to have someone standing in front of high school teachers teaching procedures on how to control high school students. And that's important. I think that's important. I think discipline is important. I think that teachers need to know how to handle kids, especially new teachers coming out of school that have zero leadership experience in their life. And here they have to control 17, 18-year-old, sometimes 19-year-old young men on how to be disciplined. And, it's difficult. And I think that's important. Evaluations and my own personal critique. So this is my 4th year of teaching. I've been very lucky to have great evaluations. My current principal, he was the 9th grade assistant principal, and he was my evaluator, and he would sit down a week prior to the evaluation. We'd discuss what I'm going to teach, my lesson plan. He'd look at it. We used the Marzano model for evaluations. He would ask what I'm going to be hitting, and I would show him what points I'm going to hit. He'd give some personal advice, and then he would come back. You know, we come out. I would teach the class. He would sit there. He would take good notes, and then less than 40 hours later, I'm sitting in front of him, and he's giving me my debrief on how I did, and of course any personal professional advice he would give me on what I could do better, and I appreciated that. I've been very lucky where I've been highly effective every year, so I haven't had to worry too much. But I do value feedback on what I could do better as an educator. And that goes with my second point. You know, I am still young in the education field. However, I do have a lot of leadership experience. I have leadership team experience in the school, and I have leadership experience from my Marine Corps career. I was even lucky enough to where this 2 weeks ago I got to fill in for my AP for 2 days because he had to take some personal time, and they said, "Hey, Mike, can you do it?" And I said, "Of course I can." So I was fortunate enough to sit as an AP for 2 days, do discipline, do hall duties, talk to teachers, talk to students that would never have the opportunity to talk to normally because my building is separate from the high school because we have an outlying JROTC building. We're like a school within a school, so it's really good. I got lucky. I don't have a lot of district experience as far as sitting on any kind of boards yet. I'm looking forward to doing that. And like I said, I think I have very strong leadership skills. I know how to sit and talk to people. I can give good advice. I can listen. I don't shoot from the hip. I like to think critically about things. So if someone asks me for advice, I always tell them, let me get back to you. Because I will take some time to think about it, war game some stuff, and then get back to them with advice. And I feel very fortunate that I've had that experience in the Marine Corps, and I take that with me here in the school. What's my plan to do better as far as my knowledge? I just completed my master's degree. I rolled right into the educational specialist program. I got lucky where was able to do that. I continue to seek out leadership opportunities by sitting as an AP for a couple of days, and I do like learning. I love to gain new knowledge, and I like to pass that on. I think it's important as a teacher, and two, as a scholar practitioner. I do like to take the knowledge that I've learned and put into practice. So I look forward to doing that and learning stuff from you guys in this class and from this course and from the professor, and taking it and using it in my school. So with that, thank you for watching. I look forward to learning and with and from you, everybody, and take care.